Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the April 29th Daily Inspirational Message. It's a condensed version, 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments in the message, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. Okay, here we go. The title, Making the Choice for Joy. Okay, paragraph 1. In every moment, the choice between joy and judgment is ours to make, thanks to free will. We have the ultimate power and responsibility to make our day, and thus our life, brighter, more joyful and peaceful, or darker, more judgmental and chaotic. Our day starts off as a blank canvas, with many brushes in front of us to choose from. Two such brushes are joy and judgment. Each moment we choose which brush to use. When we choose to pick up the brush of joy, our canvas becomes an expression of the love that is our true eternal essence and nature. When we choose to pick up the brush of judgment, we reap the darkness that our choice sows. This is not done as a form of punishment, but to help us better understand how our choices are coloring our experiences. Paragraph 2. Today, let us recall that in every moment, God's gift of free will gives us the right and ability to begin anew. In any moment, we can choose joy over judgment and thus peace over pain. Today, if you find yourself aligned with the ego's judgment-centered mindset, do not put yourself down or others. Instead, use it as an opportunity to practice using free will to align your mind with your loving essence and nature. The life you desire to create is always just a choice away. The brushes of forgiveness, peace, joy, as expressions of love, are available to you to choose from in every moment. You make the final choice of which brushes to pick up and use, and thus what kind of day you will create and experience. Breathe deeply, choose wisely, and create the kind of world that you would love for your children to inherit. All right. Making the choice for joy. Again, a simple, relatively simple daily inspiration, but extremely useful because you practice recognizing in every moment that you have free will. We're here to be the loving light of the world. God is love, which is light. And so the truth in us is this loving light. One of the primary expressions of this loving light is joy. So today we're going to practice choosing joy over judgment, and thus peace over pain. And so today, before any interaction, just remind yourself, okay, my goal today is to be the joy that God created me to be. And by being the joy that God created me to be, to light the way to joy for others. And so when you feel the ego popping up and you're interacting with somebody and the ego says, go ahead, judge them because they're not thinking like you or acting like you or they're not being X or Y. And so you must judge and can condemn them. Remember that that mindset takes you nowhere near the state of peace or joy, okay? The judgment, that condemnation, it only creates confusion and chaos, but that's not what you're here for. Today we practice remembering that the choice for joy, thanks to free will, thank you God, is always ours to make. We can choose joy and thus create a more peaceful environment for our brothers and sisters, lighting the way for them to the state of peace and to the state of joy. Or we can create, a conflict-centered world where judgment is its base. But let us remember that because we've been programmed a certain way, with our family, our friends, our society, our media, the ego kind of always answers first and loudest. And so don't use, when you find yourself stuck in that judgmental state, that your thoughts are aligned with judgment, don't punish yourself for that. Just practice recognizing when you're not being the joyous person that God created you to be, when you're aligning with the story, with the fairy tale, with that idea of judgment and separation, and that this person is less than you or more than you, or whatever the story is. You're not here for the story. The story can be 1,000 different things, but remember, you always have the choice between joy and judgment, no matter what the story is. No matter how the ego defines that story, there's always the choice between judgment and joy. And in reality, when we go to another level, we see that judgment is never really a choice, because judgment is a story from the ego's programming. And none of the ego's programming is real. Only the love of God is real. And so only the joy in us is real, none of the judgment. The judgment is just a program that we've been taught to believe. We've been read a fairy tale over and over again, and we now think it is true. But it's not true, because it never gets us to that joyous place within our hearts and minds. It never gets to lift that veil of judgment so that we can shine bright and lead our brothers and sisters to who they truly are, the light within them. And so let us do that today. Before every interaction, remind yourself, okay, today I'm making the choice for joy. Today, joy is my primary goal. And so I'm going to go into every interaction remembering that. Okay, I'm going to choose to align with joy, not with judgment. And the way you align with joy is through the act of non-judgment. So you listen to your brother and sister, you experience that interaction through non-judgment. Because you recall that they too have co-created a perfect journey for them. And so no matter what their journey looks like through your ego's lens, their journey is a psychic co-creation with God, and therefore, for whatever reason, their journey is the way it is, and it's perfect for them. And in some way, shape, or form, they are going to heal and awaken at their own sacred time and place. And you help them awaken by reminding them through your joy that there is another way to be. You don't have to experience the chaos and confusion of this world. You can instead choose the peace that comes through non-judgment and joy. And so in every interaction, we remind ourselves, okay, my choice is between judgment and joy today. I'm here to be joy. Okay, how do I get there? Through the act of non-judgment. How do I do that? Just by remembering that my brother and sister's journey is perfect for them, regardless of the way they're living it. Yes, I can set the best example that I can. I can set the example of non-judgment, of joy, of peace, of compassion, of understanding. But their story is their story. We don't understand what their individual co-creation is with God. But if we trust that because we co-created our journey with God and we're all one, they too co-created the journey with God. And so their journey is perfect. So why should I judge a journey that is perfect? Even if my ego says judge them, because they're not doing X or Y correctly. So would you rather be right or happy? That's the old statement, right? Would you rather be right or happy? And today we're here to choose joy, because that's an expression of the love that God created us to be, of the light that God created us to be, that helps us, the conscious free will choice for joy over judgment, and thus peace over pain, helps us remember that what we're here for. And by doing so, we fulfill our mission as the light of the world, and we feel fulfilled by simply choosing joy over judgment, and thus peace over pain. We feel like, well, yeah, you know what? In this interaction, in this moment, I'm accomplishing my mission in life as the light of the world through the act of non-judgment and joy. And so you feel fulfilled. And when you get stuck in the mindset of the ego, of judgment, and confusion and chaos, don't punish yourself for that. That's what the ego wants. The ego wants you to judge and then judge yourself for judging. No, no, no. Okay, I was stuck in the mindset of judgment, but you know what? My goal today wasn't judgment, it was joy. So let me place the ego aside for a second. Take a deep breath, remember my goal, and execute my goal. And the more we practice doing so, executing the choice for joy over judgment, the more natural and normal that choice becomes. And then the easier it is to look at your brother through joy's eyes, through love's eyes, through the light of the world, by being the light of the world. You see them as, you see only the truth in them as true, the light in them as true, the joy in them as true. Okay, I think I made a point that I wanted to make. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you can be so kind as to like, comment, or share this video, it might help with the listing process of this video, and it might help somebody get closer to the state of joy, their true home, their true essence, their true nature, who God created them to be. And if you made it this far, I love you very much. Thank you so much for your time, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.